Good afternoon, Flosstube.
I'm Little One.
And I'm Lynette here at Homesteading on the Home Front. The day is Thursday, May 21st, 2020, and Little One informed me it's been exactly a month since we filmed our last Flosstube. I don't know where the time went. So, yeah, we have lots of stitching to show you. Our Mania/Sania accomplishments and plans and all kinds of good stuff. So, you're up first.
I have an FFO. It's an old one from 2018. I forget what it's called, but it's a Little House Needleworks.
You gotta stand back so there you go. I think we gotta fix the flowers, but they get the idea.
Yep. They're fantasy, historical, mystery, and romance. I forget what fantasy was, but it's something that I didn't read, so I changed it and charted a hobbit hole instead.
Are you going to tell them what you did to FFO it?
I did it all by myself.
She had a mean mom who made her do it. So she painted the boards. She used the sticky board to mount her stuff on. She glue gunned the flowers on. So that was all her. All right. FOs.
I have two of those. Is this blackbird design? The Abigail Adams sampler. I finished it.
When did you start it?
Did I start it at Frugal Yankee?
Yes.
Yes.
Last year's Frugal Yankee when we all started something from the Sweet Land of Liberty book.
It's been over a year, but I'm finally done with it.
And what colors did you use? Do you remember?
There was like Weeks Dye Works Americana was the dark blue, and then there was, I think 93 was the light blue, DMC variegated, and I forget what the red and white were.
The red was DMC variegated too.
Yeah.
Did you fussy cut it or did you just do it? You just stitched. You didn't. Did you cut out like the dark? I thought you cut out the dark spots for the birds or something.
Oh, well, I had some extra dark thread, and I wanted the birds to be just one solid color, so I used those.
Okay. So, hopefully next time you see this, it will be in FFO because we do have a frame for it that I had bought for a different project of mine that never got FFO'd, so she might be stealing it from me.
And then my other FFO is one of the Heart and Hands Autumn Tiny Trimmings. It's that one. Took me like an afternoon of watching The Office and a morning of stitching.
And how are you going to FFO that one?
Probably a pillow. It's tiny and it's cute. So those are my FOs.
That's it for FOs?
Mm-hmm.
I have an FO. So I decided to do Stitch Sania. So May 1st, I started stitching on Savior's Praise, which is my concentration piece. And then that weekend, I decided I wanted to keep stitching on Savior's Praise. I didn't want to start anything new. So then the second weekend in May, I took a break from Savior's Praise, and I started Humble Honey. Where is it? Oh, here it is. And I started stitching in the middle, which is not something I usually do, but I only had a small piece of linen. So I started stitching in the middle, and I went down, and I had all of this done, and I had the honey done, and I was just about to start stitching the humble when I got a not so humble idea. So I decided to personalize this with the name of my apiary. So instead of Humble Honey, I'm bragging that my honey is the bee's knees. So I love how this came out. I have no idea how I'm going to finish it. I may just do like a flat finish and then hang it off a wreath.
That's what
I'm liking that so far. Oh, and I did have talk to the camera for a few minutes. I forgot this.
Okay. So this cat is a start and a finish because I started it since the last video.
So that was one of your weekend starts too during Stitch Sania. Yeah. All right. I also FFO'd this, which doesn't look like much. This is Hello Summer without the hello. And I'm just going to hang this on that wreath on our front door. Currently the Brenda Gervais Hearts, what is it? Hearts Rest, where birds nest, where hearts rest, something like that. That's on the door, and so I'm getting ready to put this on since it is Memorial Day weekend and I won't be early anymore. So that was my other FFO. Okay, so you talked about your cat. All right, you want to talk about your whips?
Sure. I have 3 whips, which is kind of a lot. The main thing I worked on is Frederick the Literate. Originally, my goal for each week in order to start a project on the weekend was stitch a book. Didn't really listen to that because I wanted to start stuff, but I have some good progress. I've done...
Here, let me put there.
I've done the red and a bunch of filling in here. I've done almost all of this book here. I haven't worked on the shelves or the cat at all, I don't think.
But they definitely look like books. I'm excited to see this one progress.
I gotta say, I'm not completely done with this book, but it's getting there. And then the first start that I had was Lizzie Kate, Be Silly. But I am changing it so that it says be loyal, be honest, be kind, because Hufflepuff from Harry Potter. So this is what I have so far. I have most of the words, and I've started the butterfly. I got this needle minder from StitchCon last year.
You did the loyal all by yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, good job.
And then Little House Needleworks Kitty Cottage Sampler.
Ooh, big start on that one.
Yeah.
I'm sensing a theme here. Cats.
Yep.
Crazy cat lady.
Cat.
Okay, so my whips, obviously Savior's Praise, which is huge.
Might have to get out of the...
You might have to get out of the way. This is what it looks like so far. So in April, I finished the alphabet and up, and my goal for May was this section right here. So I did meet my May goal already. As you can tell, I changed the hymn. This was the hymn that we sang in our wedding. And I have skipped some things, like I didn't put the initials in here because I don't know what I'm doing, and I haven't chosen a yellow yet to use on the bees, so they're not done, and I don't know what I'm going to do up here, so that's empty, but for the most part, we're getting there. I'm now stitching this section right here, which is part of my June goal, so I'm just getting a head start on that.
While I'm up, do you want to talk about the shirts?
Oh, you want to see our shirts? I just picked them up today from the shop. They've had them in all of the Frugal Yankee shirts and items since March, when craziness ensued. Unfortunately, Frugal Yankee had to be canceled, and I have no idea when we'll see each other again in real life. But if you ordered stuff, I have it. I'm not shipping it because it's going to cost me a fortune, and I don't want to go to the post office right now. So I'm holding on to it. Hopefully now that stuff is opening back up, we can start organizing some stitching meetups And if you're planning on coming to the retreat in October, then I can get stuff to you then if I still haven't seen you. But yeah, I really like them.
Yeah, they're soft.
They are soft. And they're pretty much true to size. I ordered an extra large, and it fits like an extra large. What size did we get you?
I don't know, they're smaller than me.
I think we got you a medium so it would fit longer. Nope, you got a small.
Yeah, small.
Okay, so, yep. All right, so that was Savior's Praise. The end of April, I had finished stitching my goal on Savior's Praise, and I had like a week left. And so I decided to dig out good old Jessie. Jessie is the antique sampler that I purchased and charted up and gave away for my 3,000 subscriber giveaway. And she should be done by now, but she's not. But let me show you what I did. I finished this line right here. These initials right here are all of my aunts and uncles. And these two lines that I skipped here, that's where my cousin's initials are going. And then I needed to add in a line of text to make it fit the frame that I'm using. So it's the Armstrong genealogy, so Armstrong fit perfectly. And then I actually got to come down to the fun stuff. So, and then there's only one more line of text here. So I'm hoping that before long she will be a finish, because it's just fun stuff and it's not difficult stuff left. Okay, so Savior's Praise and Jessie, those are my only two whips right now.
I have more whips than you.
Okay, I want to talk about some stitchy kindnesses that I got in the mail. The first was a birthday gift from Donna Ray. Isn't this beautiful? It's been sitting right on this hutch with all of my birthday cards, which probably time to take down since it's a month since my birthday. Oh well. So thank you, Donna Ray. I appreciate that one. And then Cynthia Brew at Stitching in the Light sent me this little one, which I love. She made our hair blonde and brunette, which I love that. And look at there. So thank you, Cynthia. You didn't have to do that. She also sent me some chenille for my Sub Rosa bird that I had finished, and I didn't have any trim to match. So I just have to find what I did with it, because I put it in the basement somewhere, and I don't know which box it's in. So I have to go dig that out at some point. And then also a stitchy kindness from Beth in New Hampshire. She sent some seeds, which have been planted, and some threads. So thank you, Beth. I appreciate that. You definitely did not have to do that. Okay. We're just flying right along. Why does it feel like we're going so fast? Okay. Plans. Well, my plans go along with haul, because a few weeks ago on Instagram, Willow Hill Samplings posted this picture, and they didn't say whether it was a new pattern or an old one. So I went in their Etsy shop and frantically tried to find it and couldn't. And lo and behold, a few days later, they posted it for sale. And so normally my rule is I have to see something 3 times and really like it all 3 times, and then I will let myself buy it. Nope. Went right to Etsy and downloaded it. So I am waiting for a couple of threads, because the threads that I have, it doesn't look like it's the right color, even though it's the called for. So I ordered a couple. I'm waiting on those. If they don't come, I may start it anyway. because tomorrow is a weekend and I met my Sania goal, right? So I may be starting this one and just stitching what I can around threads that I'm waiting for. And then, so I will either start that or I will work on Jessie. I don't know which yet, but one of those will happen. And then June 1st, I'll go back to stitching on Savior's Praise because, hold on, let me get the pattern for you. So this was my April goal. This was my May goal. For June, I definitely want to get the trees and the house done. And I would actually like to start working on this too. This part right here is going to go fast because it's a lot of words. And I would like to be done this sometime in July. Now, the fair that I was going to enter this in has been canceled. It was originally going to be Labor Day weekend, which is why I broke this all down into goals so that I would have plenty of time to FFO it before the fair. And now that's not really an issue. So technically I could take my sweet time on this, but I really enjoy working on it. And I'm thinking about a July 4th start that may or may not happen. And it's another biggie. So I would like to get through as much of this in June as I can. Because if I'm close to finishing this, then I can totally justify starting that other piece in July. And what are you going to be working
on? Probably during the day I'll be working on Freddie, and then, you know, when we're watching The Office at night, I'll be working on one of the smaller ones. But I will definitely always have something smaller to work on besides Freddie because
you need a break.
Yeah.
You're making good progress though.
I'm getting there.
It's planting season here on the homestead, so my squash and cucumbers and zinnias and sunflowers are all in. Tomorrow I'm spending the entire day planting tomatoes. I have many. I started a bunch from seed and I just went to a greenhouse today and bought more tomatoes because they had a variety that I heard about too late to start from seed. And so when I saw that they had plants, I bought them. So, didn't need 6 more tomatoes, but I have them. And then the turkeys chewed up our grass in the backyard, and rather than planting grass in the area, we decided to make another garden because, you know,
why not?
So tell them what we planted.
We've got 2 types of watermelons. We've got cucumbers, squash, cantaloupe, cherry tomatoes, and pumpkins. And
we will have more sunflowers.
Yes.
So basically that garden we're calling the turkey garden. It's a bonus. Everything that's planted in there was stuff that I didn't think I'd have room for. And so if we can successfully grow pumpkins and watermelons, then that's great. And if not, then it didn't take up any precious garden space for food that I know I can grow. So yeah, my fingernails are filthy. I have poison ivy. It's all good in the hood. We are enjoying fantastic weather, although the thermometer this morning said 32, and I panicked, and it was 6 o'clock in the morning, and I ran out in my nightgown to check on the seedlings that I had because it was only supposed to get down to 40. I should have remembered that we live in a valley and it's always colder here, and yes, it's not unusual for us to be 8 degrees cooler than it is on the top of the hill. So all is well. We will keep you updated on that front, but we wish you lots of stitch time. Hope you are staying healthy, and exciting that things are starting to open back up, but we are pretty much staying put. Yeah.
School is definitely canceled for the end of the year. So.
Yes, you're not going back to school.
I did get bored for the first time a few days ago.
Yeah, what day are we on? Day number...
I think it's 69 today.
So she counted. And so, yeah, it took 68 days for her to finally feel bored. But she and Eldest broke out the chess set, so that's been keeping them busy while I'm planting. So that's what we're up to. We'll be back. Hopefully it won't be another month. I honestly don't know where that time went. I've been watching you all, loving all the videos. So keep them up. And we wish you fair winds and following seas.